Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Doxy, and oh boy do I have a fun one for you today, because we are watching a video that has annoyed the whole internet. And that video is called So This Is Basically One Piece by Jello Apocalypse. And honestly, I don't know what this is. I've seen it everywhere. I've avoided watching it because it just didn't look like it was interesting. But apparently it is so offensive. Apparently it's so disrespectful to Oda and to One Piece that I just have to watch it. And what better place to watch it than with you guys? Because if I do get angry, you get to laugh at me. And then everyone has a mildly good day, except me, but whatever. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm not going to say too much today because you don't want to listen to me talking. You want to see this controversial video. I want to see this controversial video. Let's do it. I'll see you on the other side. Go on then.
The story of Loosey Goosey.
I already don't like him.
Fast and loose, but he got too loose, and now he's all wiggly. He's made of rubber. How did that happen?
The government has been lying to you. Our true history is written on magic Legos. The gum fruit isn't real. There are weasels on the moon. Cast away your shackles, my brothers, and rise!
It's the great age of pirates. A pirate is defined as anyone who sails a boat. And Loosey Goosey's gonna be king of them all. To do that, he needs to conquer the Grand Line, an inaccessible ocean that you can easily leave and come back to.
No. That's not true at all, by the way. The whole, like, oh, I'll just come back and go what I want. Like, we are 42 seconds into this video, and I already don't like it. Like, I'm already irritated by the fact that this guy is talking in a really stupid voice, first and foremost, but hey, I guess that's just YouTube. Second of all, he's dropped one statistic or one fact, quote unquote, and he's already wrong. So, not a strong start by you, my friend Jello. Hopefully you get better. Maybe it's satirical. I honestly can't tell at this point. We'll keep watching.
Not a big deal. You can just come right back in there.
Sure.
People on the Grand Line have the power of devil fruits, fueled by the dreams of what humanity could be. You know those dreams we all got. I want to wear someone like a jacket. I want to squeeze a person until milk comes
Accurate.
out. I want to gain weight.
I also want to gain weight.
Yeah, that was funny.
But in a more useless way.
I hope nobody notices we have the exact same powers.
No, they don't.
There are dozens of
No, shut up. Sorry, that was aggressive. Looking at these characters, already they do not have the same powers at all. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm terrible with names, so I do apologize, but like, Clay, you control Clay, you control like Earth. Yours, like, sorry, manipulate Earth. Yours is like Stone. I can't remember the other one, but no, yes, they're all to do with things that lay on the floor, like clay, rock, stone, whatever. But they're different materials. By that logic, you could say that, I don't know, like any shonen anime here is the same as every other shonen anime because they punch each other. Like, that's a very stupid comparison. You strike me as someone, my friend, that has read, like, I say read, you've skimmed One Piece and it's kind of gone,
fruit, rock, stone, whatever. Yeah, same thing.
You imbecile. I'm going to keep giving it a chance, but I can feel myself getting irked already, and that's not a good sign because we're like a minute in, there's 7 minutes to go, so Usa, let's calm down. It might get better.
Each with different powers that make them all distinct. Asterisk.
They are distinct.
Are silly boys that turn you into a sinky, stinky weirdo.
Right.
Loogie Froogies give you control over an element. You can squiggle your body to avoid attacks and also generate
Something?
which parameciums can't do. Except for the ones that can. Those are called special parameciums, which can also be spelled like this.
Okay,
And then there's furries,
touche.
but they're ugly.
He kind of
Such
cooked there.
varied powers,
Can't lie.
Old Peas is pretty wacky. Which is to say, most fights are just two people whacking each other until one of them decides to fall down.
That tends to be what a
As far
fight
as
is,
some of
yes.
these are good. Him and Usopp are a Robin fight. What do you mean Robin doesn't get any fights? She's like the strongest character.
Whoa, hold on. Two things. Sorry, I know I'm pausing this a lot, but I don't want to talk over it, so I do apologize for that. Number one, Robin is not the strongest character. Like, yes, she's cool. I love Robin. Robin cool as hell. She is not the strongest character by far. Like, that's just not a true statement. Second of all, don't be throwing the word sexism out, because it's definitely not sexism, purely because, point 2.5, Robin has been in fights. I'm 99.9% sure she fought Black Maria. That's a fight. That was a cool fight. Yeah, sure, it wasn't in that recent of memory, but it did happen. She has fought someone. Also, sexism would suggest that it's all the ladies in the show. Nami's had some fights. Like, she's had quite a few fights. Not in that recent of times, again, but she's had some cool fights back in the day. Alabaster, she had a fight. I know that for sure. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but the point is, no, this is BS. This is rage bait. This is what it is. This is made purely to irk people. I don't know if that's the guy's kind of channel direction, so if it is, kudos to you, I guess. It's not my kind of thing. But at the moment, he's made a lot of points, and 99% of them were complete horse crap. So, yeah, no. You can't call it sexism. That's just throwing words out for the absolute sake of it. You're a moron. Honestly, you're an absolute moron.
Come aboard and bring a long chapter count for the biggest serialized adventure manga in history.
Yeah, but they're mostly good chapters.
Aren't as good as the thriller and espionage ones, and the author should probably just be writing that.
Would disagree.
And watch as Lucy has to punch the bad man in order to stop the natural disaster from crashing down and destroying an island that's shaped like a circle.
Okay.
This is every single arc. Sometimes
no, it's not.
12-year-old boys who read his boob comic don't think it's cool enough, so he decides to draw everything on fire for a few panels and then forgets about it.
Why not?
He's on fire. He must be from the jungle.
What?
The stakes
Right.
still aren't high enough. Quick, hit him with a poison that doesn't work.
Let's see the crew we're cruising the sea with. Alola Molazo is the right-hand man who holds his swords like an idiot and can teleport in front of any woman, so long as it's for sexist reasons.
Sorry, no, shut up. No, sorry, I'm going to keep pausing this, because I'm trying to pause. Why are Nami and Vivi kissing? Why is Vivi so dark? It's cool. Don't worry about it. She was cool dark, actually. I quite like it. Anywho. First of all, why is his name Aloma Molazo, or whatever the bollocks you just said? Second of all, what ladies is he teleporting in front of? What are you on about? Like, are you confusing him for Sanji, who is very into women? I don't know. Like, that's kind of the gag that's been going for nigh on how many years. But I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I don't know what women he's teleporting in front of, or what sexism he's doing. If I think of Zoro, I think he drinks a lot, he naps a lot, he holds 3 swords, has a demon in him, does this weird woo thing. He's cool as hell. He's kind of the mildly alcoholic side character who's very important, I should say, who just slices things with cool samurai swords. I like it like that. I don't understand the sexism comment. Again, like, we're really holding on to this sexism point, and it's not made any sense yet. Again, kudos for the Nami and Vivi kiss. Good for them. Happy for them.
Nami is a cat burglar who gets more pussy than the rest
How
of
have we
them.
worked that out? But sure, oh, that was
In
funny.
light of recent allegations, our crew has decided to cut ties with Mr. Vince.
I don't understand the Nami
Nami
comment either.
Replace him with
Or
the
whatever.
hot, suave, good version of Sanji from the Netflix adaptation. Ooh, okay, now Robin is the most interesting character in One Piece.
She's a woman.
Okay.
Sorry, I guess that's all the time we have. Marketable plushie, fish, bone.
Sorry, is fish meant to be Jinbei?
Main the Mizzen Master, the main cast.
That's disrespectful.
Most of them are so mid that their boat has more personality than they do.
Sorry?
Whoa! You didn't tell me our boat was from the jungle.
Trade in your straw hat for a tin-foil one and delve deep into the mysteries of the world. Fight back against an all-powerful evil government and the lapdogs who work as their enforcers.
Sure.
Except the ones the author thinks we're supposed to like, even though they're...
Whoa. Hold on. I will accept Garp slander. Garp is not that interesting. But you don't say no bad words about Aokiji. Aokiji cool as hell. I know he's like a marine, I know all that kind of stuff. He is cool as hell. Yes, he's made some questionable choices in the past. Let's get beyond that. As a character, well made, well done. I like him. I don't care if anyone agrees with me or disagrees with me. He's cool as hell. This guy is an absolute knob. And I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm calling it like I sees it. This guy is an absolute, I will bleep this, but absolute. And I don't understand what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're halfway done. I don't want to watch the other half, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've started now. So how much worse can you get, mate? How much worse?
The oppressed peoples of the world in a setting where all slaves will eventually become racist slavers themselves.
That's also not true.
That's not good.
Fisher
Listen,
Tiger didn't
the
become a
author has
slaver,
great
but
ideas,
sure.
But he's not always so good at the execution. Just look how long it takes for him to execute this freckle guy. Hey, don't worry, Loopy. We got a better one in the back. And guess what, baby?
Sorry, are we shit talking Marineford? Like, okay, have your opinions on Thriller Bark. Have your opinions on like Wano or, you know, whatever it may be. You're gonna struggle to insult Marineford to the majority of the fandom because Marineford, in my eyes, is the best arc of the show. Complaining that it took really, really long to execute Ace would kind of, if it was any quicker, the whole arc wouldn't really make sense. That there was big war, Whitebeard's turned up, you've got all this stuff going on. They've just broken out of Impel Down. Like, so much is going on. What do you want it to be, like 2 minutes long? Do you want the whole arc to just go whoosh and be done? That would take all of the punch power out of that arc, and you're a doofus. You're a doofus. That arc was great. Shut up.
Actually foreshadowed in exactly one panel 400 chapters ago. Don't you feel stupid
Okay.
for not noticing? Oh, don't worry. If you missed it, you can always catch up on the lore by skimming a fan wiki that insists on spelling every proper noun wrong. Because that's what some weebs called them back in 2001.
Why do you care, bro?
Let me pay you in bellies.
Hey.
What's that? You think these bellies and the story are both overstuffed?
Pish and Shaw. Oda doesn't need editors.
Old Peas has 1,100 chapters and twice as many named characters. I'm sure all of these guys are absolutely
They
essential.
don't need to
How
be.
many
They
could
add something. They're cool to have
possibly tell
there.
the same story?
Right. Rah, okay. Whoa! I just saw. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, that moved very quickly, but I did spot one thing there that does not fly with me, and that's the fact that he crossed out Frankie. Now, he did this earlier. And I let it slide, where he was talking about the crew, and he just referred to Frankie as the rest. He also referred to Jinbei as just a fish, which is complete disrespect. But beyond that, this is the second time he's just said, like, oh, Frankie can go away. Frankie's awesome. Frankie is a cyborg wearing underpants, and that in itself makes him interesting. No. I'm actually concerned about the mental well-being of the person who made this. I also think it's highly ironic that a person who has said that One Piece is for 12-year-olds is making content that I think would still be too immature for 12-year-olds. And I would tell him that to his face. Like, this is one of the most immature, like, oh, look at me, I'm wacky videos I've ever seen in my life. All while being horribly wrong at the same time. Like, if you're going to do this, which you're perfectly allowed to do, at least get your facts right. Like, don't make yourself into a complete idiot by being an idiot and then being more of an idiot by being wrong about the points you're making. Dickhead. Oh, we're still going. Okay. Like, yeah, okay, they're unnecessary, but they're not making my viewing experience any worse or my reading experience. Relax.
I'm glad we wasted pages on these dudes instead of seeing the Straw Hats actually have any kind of dynamic with each other. Who cares about that?
Okay,
I have
he's
to
not
know the
wrong
name
on
of
that.
the
Fair
weapon
enough.
Fuck-ass Joe uses. Let's check out the Q&A corner where the author answers only the most enlightened of questions
Okay.
from the 12th.
Why do we care about Q&As now?
Who's fuck-ass Joe?
Who is he? I don't know.
I'm so glad you asked. Fuck-ass Joe has a really interesting backstory. My editor said I couldn't include it, so I murdered him, because nobody tells me what to do.
Sure.
Anyway, he drifted through the Calm Belt, which has no currents, and you shouldn't be able to drift through it, but I forgot. Then he met another character and became a pirate. Thanks so much for your question.
That was horrible. Probably not,
Watch
mate.
his breasts grow larger,
Probably
negative
not.
space grows rarer, and the art gets sketchier and sketchier because the artist would literally rather kill himself than accept help from or credit any
Yay.
of his
Suicide
assistants.
joke.
Oda is actually just being nice and making his art worse on purpose so that the anime doesn't look as bad by comparison.
Right.
He's reading too quick and easy. Switch to the anime and watch as time slowdown turns this angry broccoli man's one-panel Wii into a 10-minute long piss venture. Hey, mister, this is old peas, not you peas. This is simply not up to Toei's standard of quality. I know what'll fix this.
No one's arguing with the fact that the...
That's
Nah.
right.
Nice. No one's arguing with the fact that the anime adaptation of One Piece is not as good as the manga adaptation of One Piece. That's common knowledge. No one's arguing with that. But the show is still very much enjoyable. Also, the fact you're using one reference of Bartolomeo, who you just call Broccoli Man, who I actually really like as a character because he makes me chuckle, peeing in Dressrosa, like, that's not the issue with Dressrosa. The whole arc went on way too long besides him peeing. Like, this is a very niche insult to do on a show that has like 1,100, 1,200 episodes. And the only critique you've got of this whole thing is that he peed for 10 minutes. That's it. You're clutching at straws, my friend. Real straws.
Emotional story. But we don't want you to be sad when you read it. Remember, at the end of the day, there are no consequences to anything. Hit this bird with a nuke, he'll be fine. Put a bandage on him, he'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, not a lot of people
Children
die
for
in One Piece.
inexcusably selfish reasons.
And that's just anime.
They'll always
That's
love
not a
you no
One
matter
Piece
what.
thing. You and your
That's
Coke
why
fruit.
You should take care of yourself and not work yourself so hard that your coworkers have to force you to get surgery and to sleep. They all care about you. Your daughters care about you, Oda.
Where are you going with this?
You know what you can do to show them that you care about
I don't
them?
like this.
Oh. Sexualize another child their age?
Great,
No,
pedophile
no.
jokes.
That's wrong.
Oh. Younger?
No.
Thanks for watching. This video is sponsored by nothing. You can check out the Patreon for some
It concerns me that on my screen right now, I see like an artist, a musician, extra people. There's at least, what, 8 people on my screen right now that worked on this project. And I'm still waiting for it to be funny. Because I imagine it's meant to be funny. Also, before I get onto that, because I'm going to have a small conversation about this, should we say. Using Oda as an example for sexualizing young characters in anime is a bit silly, because if you're going to go at Oda or One Piece for this, you have to go at everyone, because that's just an anime thing. That's not a One Piece thing. If you enjoy Kaizen or any other show, Bunny Girl Senpai, whatever, it's all very like, the girls have been drawn very specifically. That's just anime, that's not One Piece. So this is very hypocritical to say, but no, I get it. I'm not like offended. I wouldn't say I'm offended, like I'm not gonna go and cry, but I am a little bit pissed off, only because it started out in such a way that you thought, maybe it's just satirical, maybe he's just rage baiting, and I kind of stuck with that mindset for a wee while, and then the further it got along, like after the halfway point, I'd say, it turned less into I'm trying to make jokes and more kind of just, I'm just trying to like trash a show and a creator all in one swoop. And I think it's very silly. Like the fact that you've wasted your time, or you've taken time out of your day, I should say, to make something that has no benefit, no bearing, no educational value, no humor, and just thrown it out and been like, oh, this is what I do now. Like, this is why some people shouldn't be allowed, like, mobile devices or electronic devices, because this guy, because I've just checked, has like 2 million subs, which means there's 2 million people who've watched this who actually think like, gee, that's very funny, or have watched this guy, I should say, and thought, gee, he's a funny man. If anything, I'd rather stick toothpicks into my eyes than ever watch this man even talk, because his voice is so grating. Like, I have this big pet peeve of people who, like I said before, not only you try and make a point, but you're making a wrong point, but on second of that, people who call themselves voice actors or call themselves like artists of any kind, but then spend all of their waking moments creating no art and doing a terrible voice that just trying to be like, woo, wacky. This is TikTok humor. Except it's TikTok humor from like Temu. It's not funny. You're not funny. I don't know how this man has a following, and I don't mean that rudely, but I calls it as I sees it, like I said before. Do you know what? I'm going to try and be diplomatic. I'm going to try and be nice, which is very hard for me right now. This person has every right to have their own One Piece opinions. We're all allowed to have an opinion. Everyone's got one, and they usually stink. I've got my own opinions that you guys would think are very stupid, and I know that personally. I've spoken about some of them in the past. But what I would say to a person like this is, if you're going to make this kind of content, at least watch the show, because there are parts of this where I think, hey, this guy watched the show because he'd have to watch the show to make certain jokes that he's made. But then he follows that up with a fact that just didn't happen or hasn't existed or probably will never happen. And I think, did you just skim this from Wiki? Because that's what it feels like he's done. He's learnt anime from Twitter. And that's a stupid thing to do. I'm not going to cry. I'm not annoyed about it as much as everyone else seems to be, because the internet has gone crazy. And I think that's a bit of an overreaction. But I do agree, it is highly frustrating, and I wish that I had poured bleach in my eyes instead of watching this. But do you know what? He's allowed to make his content. Problem is, I'm allowed to make my content talking about how shit your content is. So that's what I've done. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if this annoyed you, or if you've watched it before, or if this is the first time you're seeing it, how you feel about it. And I'll see you soon for some more possibly One Piece content. See you later.